I've got a special delivery today, all the way from Catalonia in España, from a company called Zolla, Xolla. But I thought I would just like to unwrap the parcel. So here we go. I've already snipped it. This is called Boma, which is a double knitting. And you can use a 4 to 5 millimeter needle with this. And the actual knitting tension gauge says that it's got 20 to 16 stitches per 4 inches and 28 to 24 rows. So that's quite sort of a worsted. It's got more to it than most DKs I get recently. So I like that. That's what I would call a DK. This one, does it tell you the colour? But it's a lovely, Cirera, Cirera. So it's a very deep red. Very nice. I like that. And now this is a lavender. In Spanish they call it, tell you a minute, lavanda. 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 So it's very much more a grey. It's on a grey base. But I like that. This one is called Rumex. Again, it's on a grey base, but it's more of a red. I would suppose if it had been on a white base, it would be very much not a cherry red, but a brighter red. This one is very much an aubergine sort of colour, and it's called Figa, for fig, obviously. Figa. They're all the same, Boma, DK. The one that attracted me the most was called Oli, for oil. And this is one of my favourite colours. This season's colours are what they call a cyber lime, and this sort of comes on, is more between a cyber lime and a mustardy colour. But I do like that. Love the colour on that. So that's the main colour. So 3 of those, and they're all, let me just get 50-gram balls, and on the 50 grams you get 125 meters. To make a small to medium top, you need about 7 balls, so that's about right, I think. 1, 2, 3 main colour. I'll put back in there. That's my receipt. And a little sticky. I get a little sticky. So 3 of the main colour, which is Oli or oil. Makes you think of olive oil, doesn't it? And then 1, 2, 3, 4 of different colours, sort of ranging in the same colourways. It's different shades of purples and reds, isn't it? Which one would I say would be my favourite? At the moment, liking this one, which is the Forgotten it already. The Cirera, or I wonder how they would say it. I think they would say Cirera. And this darker fig colour. I do like the fig colour. I have a jumper in that sort of figgy colour. I like that colour. And of course, lavender or lavender. This is more grey. But I think it'll look all nice together. I have a very special project for that, which I am not about to tell you. That is coming as a surprise a bit later on in the year. And it involves a little trip somewhere.
Monty, come on. So today's snow is even deeper, isn't it, Mons? Come on then. And he's got his little jumper on. We've got more snow to come. But it's great. I can't remember the last time we had so much snow. Monty, he's a good boy. Come on in. So thank you, Claire, for my jumper. Keeping me nice and warm and dry. Isn't it? Thank you, Auntie Claire.
all the colors. Summer love. Lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love. Remember when we were getting nowhere fast, when the garden won't stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that. Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen and all the colors. Summer love. Memories washed in every shade of green and all the colors. Summer love. Remember the lazy river day canoe, bathing in the turquoise blue, losing track of time with you. Another peach pie sunset view, sleeping in the afternoon. No place to be and nothing to prove. That's sure something I could use.
Been playing around with on a website called Stitch Fiddle to work out a Fair Isle stitch pattern for a rose using some of the colours that I've got from the Boma or Bauma. I would probably say it's Bauma double knit yarn, which I got from Zola in Spain or Catalonia. So I'm going to have to do some sample stitches, but I think I'm going to keep the colouring as a lavender background mainly, but we'll have to see. But it's a start. I'd like to see how it works out eventually. Anyway, there you go. I actually picked up this website from when I was watching a video on a knitting podcaster, and I cannot remember the name of who it was. I actually went to the Barcelona knitting yarn fair, and it just came up on my screen. In fact, it was the Pastoretta that caught my eye, and so I went on the website and found the Bauma. Zola is, as it says on its website, is we aim to contribute preserving the Catalan wool heritage. Every year we collect the wool from local flocks to transform it into yarn so that it is no longer considered a waste. Creating our yarns is a truly challenge, but it is also allows us to know every step of the production process from sheet to yarn as we work with small family mills from Spain. We know every person involved, and this allows us providing you full transparency and traceability. Reading a little bit about the Bauma, it's made with wool from the Ripolesa sheep. That's Ripollesa sheep from extensive livestock farms. It's a non-superwash and silicone-free yarn. Its structure makes it perfect for any use: stockinette, stitch, open work, braids and coloured work. It softens a lot after washing. Mulesing is not practiced in Spain. Then aren't any distributors here in the UK, as I can gather from this. So I bought it directly from the owner of Zola, a very nice lady called Elena. And she sorted that all out, and it came quite quickly from... and I had emails from the beginning to the end of when it left their company, arrived in Britain, and the Royal Mail tracked it across Britain for me. In fact, it even told me that they had received word from Spain that I was getting this package. It was very well done, and I would definitely order from these people again, and I like the wool, and yes, I'm going to try it and try to knit something really nice with it. I'm going to do a colour work. As I say, that's all I'm going to tell you about at the moment with regards to why I'm doing it and what I'm actually going to do with it. I would hope I've got enough yarn. If I've not, I'm not unhappy about going back and saying, can you send me more? Because I know it will happen. And the price is very reasonable. On the website, it costs €7.95 per 50 gram ball. So I tend to usually convert that as a pound to a euro, but these days I think we're a little bit better than that. And the delivery charge was minimal too. So yeah, we'll have a little go with that. This I bought with my own money. It's not given to me or anything like that. I just found the website, saw the yarn on the Barcelona knitting fair, and decided, yeah, I'll have a go. Why not? It just attracted me. It drew me in. So I thought, I'm going for it. And I love to look at different breeds, not just on my own island, but in different places. And Barcelona was an area that I wouldn't have gone to myself. So when I saw it online, I thought, oh. And you never think about yarn producers in Catalonia or Catalunya, the Catalan yarn producers. So it was a nice research. It's Thursday, and we're still in the amber warning for snow and ice across the north of Scotland into the Orkney Isles and up to Shetland. In fact, actually, I think Shetland has probably had a bit more than we have. Well, obviously, it's the Arctic chill, and it's coming down from the north to the south. So I've got my nice cup of tea. Got one of my hats on, my scarf on, my nice heavy crocheted top, and my electric blanket, which isn't actually on. Surprisingly enough, last night it was supposed to go down to at least -13, which is quite cold for us up here. I think it was for the first time in 10 years or something like that. But I actually felt warmer in bed last night than I did the night before. The night before I had a hat on in bed. I put cardigan on top of me night clothes because my shoulders got it more. Last night it seemed to be warmer. At the moment in this room, we've had the background heating on earlier on, but it's not on now. It stops after a while. The thermometer says 15.8 degrees centigrade in the room, which is quite cold for older people. But we've actually, when we're in here sitting doing, our body heat must increase it, because it quite often goes back up to 18 on its own. The coldest it's been in here is 13.4 degrees centigrade. And the hottest it's been in here is 22. But yeah, if you keep yourself warm, they always say put an extra layer on, don't they? Well, we do really. I've got a wool skirt on underneath this long top, and underneath that I've got a pair of corduroy leggings. So when you sat about knitting, you quite often feel more of the cold. I think the other day, earlier on this week, it was colder because I had my oil heater on, which is sat next to me. Yeah. Certainly been cold this winter. I'll have another slurp of my tea. So I'm back on my sofa for a little while today. I've got a hospital appointment tomorrow, but all unnecessary appointments you need to rearrange. So I was going to go for an eye scan tomorrow, because as you know, for the coming years, I'm going to have Eylea injections for my macular problems every 2 months apparently. So what they do is give me a scan just to check the health of my eye anyway, and then call me in the following week for an injection. If I don't need an injection, they don't call me in. They only call me in when there is wetness building up at the back of my eye. I know 1 or 2 people wrote to me when I was talking about that last time to mention that they were knew about or were facing treatment for that. So although it's not a pleasant treatment for having an Eylea injection, what it does, it makes me laugh, because I always know when it's being done, because you see the bubbles going across your eye. You see the bubbles, and I always look for the colour of the bubbles, and they're always black edged. I don't know if that's good or bad or anything, but anyway, that's what happens to me. At the moment, I'm in the middle of knitting a shawl based on the pattern by Elizabeth Lovick in her book. I think I've shown you this one before. Patterns for North Ronaldsay yarns. And what I'm doing is the triangular shawl with a cat's paw lace insert, and the border I think is my favourite lace stitch, the old shale. So I'm coming up there. I'm just using a plain white acrylic, and that's the cat's paw pattern there. It's all done in garter stitch. There's not a purl stitch in it. So those of you who do not like purl, it is interesting to note there's a lot of the Shetland lace patterns were done in garter stitch. Elizabeth Lobig has done a couple of books that I have anyway. I'm sure she's done more. I keep Lena, hello Lena, sent me a book recently that she found that she knew I would love, and I can't find it, it is around here somewhere, on a beautiful series of historical knitting. And you can find it on YouTube, and I will put a link to it. And it was fascinating. And it's called The Centenary Stitches. And this was written or edited by Elizabeth Lovick, who produced the book. She's known as Northern Lace Press. And there's lots of beautiful patterns set around the World War One. I really do think you should have a little look at the background to it. It's a series of episodes concerning a family and their experiences of the First World War. But all the costumes, a lot of the costumes were knitted. So yeah, go and have a little look at that. Fascinating. And in time, I'm going to reproduce some of these patterns because I think they were great. So that'll be a little series of over the coming year of little. Oh, I've got to concentrate while I'm doing this. Little garments that I would like to try out. There we go. I'm very much into historical knitting, which is something else you'll find out in due course as well. This is my secret project I'm working on. And as I say, it'll involve a trip, but it'll involve a story, a bit of a made-up story. What I want to add to it is using this particular pattern on the front. Maybe that'll give you a little clue. But yes, this is an old book that somebody gave me. People find these things and they say, oh, Claire will love that. Well, it's very true. I'm trying to find out when it was published. I don't want to lose my page, so just bear with me a second. 1985. Yeah. Good morning. It's Friday and we've had another message that we should all stay at home today. I don't think, well, we haven't been out since Sunday. So, because the roads are so dangerous at the moment, even the gritters couldn't get to grips with it last night and they were sent home. The drifts were just too big, and every time they cleared it, they were filled up again. Today is supposed to be warmer, Looking from here, it doesn't look that bad. But there are areas on the islands, particularly on the west mainland, where it's drifted. Most main primary roads are not passable at the moment. I don't think we've ever really had it like this before. I had a call from the hospital this morning and they said not to come in for my appointment for my eye. Well, I expected that. So I've been rearranged for Monday. Saying that, it should, if it's warming up and going to rain, it should have gone by then. But we'll have to see. It's just a process of watching things from day to day. Yeah, so today's my editing day. And so I'll have to go in the office and put my heater on and get dressed up for the operation of editing and doing some work as well. So it's you know, a matter of staying warm at the moment. Layers. That's all I can say. Layers. Plenty of them. That's what keeps you warm. Yeah, so what a week. As I say, I don't think I've ever known it to be like this. I mean, Shetland is quite often talked about because of it getting lots of snow, but we've now caught up. All the schools are closed, community hubs, etc., closed. Council workers are working from home. Thankfully, I had plenty enough food in the freezer and some tins. I tend to keep enough in. In fact, I always think I keep over much in, but you can't have over much, can you, when in a situation like this? So yeah, I'm thankful that I do a little work from home anyway, so I don't have to worry too much about going out. But if you're having to keep the country running, and for instance, we're a little island community running, you can do a lot of it from home, true, but the main sort of services of keeping the roads open, shops open, I wouldn't go down to Tesco because it's downhill to go down to Tesco. How are we going to get back up with shopping, you know? Yeah, they'll have been keeping the roads open in town. But, you know, it's not easy because in our little cul-de-sac, it's trying to get out of our cul-de-sac. We're locked down again. Oh, well. Don't mind being locked down by snow. It's only temporary. So there you go. Orkney in the snow. Well, see you again next week. I hope I've got something to tell you next week. Other than snow. Oh, if you'd not seen my little video on having fun wearing hats, as you can see, yeah, I'll put it at the end of my video because I enjoyed doing that. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, see ya and keep knitting.